Good evening, guys, and welcome back to the channel, and welcome back to another episode of the London Green Save. We're back once again, another 2 games, and hopefully another 2 good results, because so far, since we let me move my chair forward, there we go. Since we restarted, since I was forced to reload the save, we're going really, really well, and it's almost feeling a little bit kind of odd that it's going this well when I've really kind of tried to get the same players back and stuff like that. But nonetheless, I still do kind of back where we are because the table is very similar to what it was when we were playing before. You know, this is how we were doing before. This is how we were going before. We were competing at the top. And if today Camden win their game in hand, they will go back above us. So, well, of course, we're playing as well. We want to see what happens here. But Camden and Islington are playing against Old Boys Clapham. So we need Old Boys Clapham to do us a favour. And hopefully we can stretch our lead. Now, we're up against the Bessingby Park Rangers, who play in a wing play style. So, tactically, I've decided, not decided kind of outrageously, but we are going to bring our lines back a little bit. If they're going to play for wing play, it means that their real line of attack is to get into these areas here, and get the ball across. So if I bring my defenders back, there's just going to be less space there. Hopefully, that's kind of what I'm thinking about. I did get a comment on the last video talking about a couple of things we could try and do with our instructions. For example, we're not really taking a lot of advantage of our own wing play. So today, I'm going to give it a go. We're going to try and focus play down the left and the right, and which means getting it to our players down there. And there was an idea to maybe turn them into inside forwards. What I think I'm going to do is I'm going to do that with Ruddock, but I'm not going to do that with Embleton, because I think Embleton is more or less a better player in terms of like the dribbling and the crossing, whereas Ruddock has got some shooting on him. So I'm taking advice, but I'm also kind of trying to think about, okay, what do I want to do myself as well? What do I think is going to work my own way as well? Not just copying everything thrown at me, but it is taking on advice as well. It's a bit of both. Anyway, today I think Resky's going to play in there. Let's take a look at the squad selection info. There it is. Everyone's looking good. Everyone is looking good. We're on a good run and we're looking good. Our players are relatively happy with what's going on. It would be a little bit better to have maybe a John Howard on the bench there. We're covering a little bit more if we do that. We don't really have a lot of cover on the wings, unfortunately. In fact, would it be the worst idea to play Nathan Evans instead? I think that's probably a good shout. And we'll keep him as the inverted wing. And then we'll turn Embleton into a regular winger. Then we've got Cutbush, Olafsson and Resky. McSkeen up the top. The back line is the same. And look at that. Flint and Evans have a connection forming there, which I think is pretty good. Opposition instructions. We need to just quickly do this. Oh. Like that. There we go. Okay, cool. And team selection, I've already done that. There might be a couple of people who disagree. Interesting. I'm not sure you need to really be worried about that. We all hopefully generate enough chances that we don't really need to worry about that. Let's go. First match of the episode. They've got decent recent form. Didn't mean to rhyme there. It's okay. Let's go. Okay, what are we on? We're on key highlights. No, we want to be on extended highlights at the start of this game. In fact, I might even turn it to comp highlights if there's not enough for us. Okay, so Sporting Hackney. They're 1-0 up. Carlisle with an early yellow. Possession is all us, but not much else. Let's quickly see on the visualization, on the visualizer. There we go. Really not much going on, is there? It's only been 20 minutes, but I don't like the fact that we haven't had a shot. So maybe in our instructions, we'll go a little bit more direct. We will try and get some crosses in. That would also... Oh, I think we've gained a sub. That's nice. I think... yeah, I think that's probably a good idea. Embleton out wide. There we go. Okay. So this is also me kind of playing into the wing play a little bit more. You know, I want our wingers to get on the ball, but then I want them to put the ball in the box if they can. And then not many chances coming our way. One shot in the whole half is not ideal. I think it might be an idea in the second half to maybe revert to style here. Just a tad. Maybe focus on the wing play a little bit less, knowing that we've still got that kind of wing play available to us. So in fact, I'm gonna wait till half time, but I don't want to concede before half time, which we might just. Oh, it's a good pass out wide. It's a good save. Okay, fine. Now we've got to defend the corner. Dang it, and Camden are winning in their game. Over it goes. That'll be a goal kick. Okay, now we just kind of want us to get to halftime. Let's do a little demand more just before halftime. See if that does change anything. Probably won't. We've been... Yeah, we've really not been at the races, let's be honest. So let's make those changes. Let's kind of calm it down. I'll keep the directness up a little bit. And the tempo, but we're not going to go down the wings as much. And I do want us to start shooting. So let's see if that does anything. Of course, taking a draw. Oh, Clapham have scored 1-1 against Camden and Islington. That's what we need. We need points dropped. Embleton has nicked this early. In fact, there might be something to be said about... We've got one inverted winger. Maybe bringing Embleton back into that. Getting him back in, maybe in those dangerous areas a little bit more, rather than running down the wings, more or less making that run that Embleton just made into a dangerous area there. Evans at the back post misses out. Grewcock clears it away. Flint's on a yellow. Carlisle's on a yellow. If they could maybe make it to 60, then I will consider bringing them off. I mean, they are passing it around pretty well. Reski's done well. No, it's going to be another penalty. Okay, we have really... Oh, that was a dubious decision. Okay, so the ref has kind of not helped us out on that one. Can we make a save? Go on, Johansson. Oh, that's a bad penalty. There was not a lot of... Going to give him some praise for making that save. And Clapham are winning. Oh my goodness, Clapham are winning. Oh my word, we're just giving it away. Oh, okay, cool. We've just given away. So we save a penalty. We try to pass it out the back, give it away, and then give away another penalty. And this time they score it, because of course they do. What on earth was that from our defenders? Outrageous stuff. I don't really know if I could write that. That was just complete crap. Oh my goodness. Okay, so I think maybe our lines are going to have to come forward a bit, because we are, you know, going to be looking for chances. How Bessingby have just created everything, and we've created almost nothing here. Well done, Evans. Good tackle. When then we do clear it. Not really sure that was needed, Flint, because Evans has played it back to you because he thinks it's safe. to do so, and it did kind of look safe to do so. Pease goes for a long one. It goes over, and we'll keep... dang it, Camden. Let's demand more out there. I don't know. I don't know. Let's turn that off, see if there's a chance of making a little bit better changes. I'm going to make my changes, okay? I'm going to bring on my yellow... I'm going to bring off my yellow carded players. And then what I'm going to do is... No, I'm going to reverse that. Like... undo that change that I just made. I was going to come in for Embleton and move into the center of the park. Okay, that's what I'm going to go with. Now, the reason I'm going for this is because I think we're actually doing okay in the midfield. Because our possession's been pretty good all day. But when it comes to actually finding something at the, the business end, we're not doing that. So I've got to try and think about, okay, how are we going to be able to make that change? Going through the middle, probably a bit of that. And maybe even a bit of dribble less. Okay. I think the quality of our passing is what we need to try and lean on here to get something out of this game. It's only 1-0, don't forget. It's only 1-0 down. It's not outrageous. We're doing all right. And a goal from a set piece or a header wouldn't go amiss. McSkeen shoots. Oh, well saved. Okay, well that's better. We've already created something, which is much better. Can I throw in another? No, I can't throw in another shout. I probably can about the 75-minute mark. Another corner sent to the back post. It's going to go for yet another corner. So it is pressure now. We've gone attacking. Everything is, being turned up a little bit here. But we need to see some kind of result from that. And the header goes over. Okay. And now it does kind of look like chances are being created. We've gone straight to 5. Are you joking me? Why does this happen? I make my changes and then, of course, the one... Okay. Well, McSkeen's in goal. Yeah. Playing my striker in goal. Well done, Hart. Well done, Cutbush. There's still opportunities here. We've got quality players. Howard at the back post won't be able to get there. It'll be another corner and another opportunity. But that is outrageous. What are the chances of that? Yeah, cool. Okay. Back post goes up. We're going to get it back. Evans back to rescue. Shoots from distance. Oh, I thought it was in. But it wasn't. Well done, Olafsson. Good. But now, of course, there's no real outlet. Olafsson has to go on his own here because there's no striker. He strikes it. He does well to get a corner out of it, but there is no striker. There would be a striker there to try and thread the pass to, or maybe take it to the line and get it across or something. We're getting a bit desperate here, I'm not going to lie. You can definitely see that the chances are coming our way now. We've gone up to 7 shots, but there's just not a lot of time. McSkeen makes a save. Outrageous play. We've got the ball in the danger area again. Rescue towards the back post. Bartram's going to clear that. We're going to have to go again here. Hart on the ball. Clapham have got the win, which is incredible. But we need a draw now. to really take advantage of that. Olafsson out wide. Evans is there. Go, 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 buddy. Go. Use the pace. Use anything you've got. Back to Cutbush. There's numbers in the middle. Sweeney is there. Sweeney is there. Sweeney's put it over. Another chance. It's not done till it's done. Back post. Howard. Corner ball. It's all over. There we go. So the difference is, of course, the penalties. Without the penalties, it's a very even game. And perhaps that is me kind of implementing the ideas around our wing play. But it didn't really work in that first half. So I think we're a little bit better when we try and focus on our passing game. Now, we're very lucky because the old boys Clapham beat Camden, and that's very helpful. However, Camden, technically, they still have a game in hand. Yeah, it didn't actually change anything. The Whistlers just brought themselves back into the competition, and the old boys Clapham have as well. But it's a top four, it's a 4-horse race. And yeah, 2 penalties given away within about 30 seconds of each other. And that's what's going to do it. Yeah, okay. Moving on. Okay. Surprising loss. Yes, it was a surprising loss. Carlisle opts to stay. Very nice. Thank you for that, bud. I'm a fan. Next up is Equinoccio. That's our first loss in a while. Since Camden Islington. Wow. How do they play? Possession. That's very interesting because I don't think they're going to find it easy against us. I think we've probably got better quality players. You check the data hub. Sorry, no. If you check the squad planner, can't remember where it is. It might be data hub. I can't remember where it is. Training? Oh, where is it? There's like a... Oh, it's not that. It's not that either. No, it's not that either. I can't remember where it is, but there's like a comparison thing for the entire league. And I straight up cannot remember where it is. Okay, well, I'll find it. Let's get to the Equinoccio game. Okay, I found it, and I feel a bit silly because it literally says comparison, and I probably looked at that and just did not spot it at all. So, yeah, that's on me. That's on me, absolutely. Now, what I wanted to compare was things like this. Our passing is quite significant. Look, I mean, these are the averages, and we are just above the average on basically everything here. So this is why we should be, we should be competing where we are. Marking and positioning is a little bit low. The average is a bit higher than that, but yeah, that's what I mean. I think we are a quality side, and we've got to try and, well, maybe not in the goalkeeping department. That's not as good. Then again, McSkeen did all right. He didn't concede. Then again, Johansson did all right. Didn't concede, saved the penalty, but also, yeah, we gave away another penalty. So, yeah, I really don't know if there's some kind of way of aiding in that, stopping that. It is what it is. Okay, they're up against Sporting Hackney next. We've got our game against Equinoccio. It is today, so we are there. We are ready for the game. We need to reply. We need to bounce back from that last game. And we're still not there, actually, because there's an under-18s game first by the looks of... Oh, no, it's there, but it's asking me about picking the team. I don't mind. Okay, every time we're processing here, I'm losing frames for like 2 seconds. And I don't like it. We need to stop that. Right, the Whistlers are playing against the Samurai down there. Samurai, do us a favour. Clapham versus AFC Lewisham. Again, mid-table team. Oh, do us a favour, I suppose. That's all I'm really asking. Sporting Hackney have got to do something. Let's check their schedule. They've got the Whistlers. They've got Equinoctial, and that's about it. That's all I can really hope for. I think. And we are going to press far higher. If they're going to try and play on possession, we're going to try and take advantage of that. Now, Johansson needs to be dropped. Of course he does. Jones comes in. And second choice is a youngster called, I assume a youngster. No, 21 years of age. George Bailey, who is, I think, been drafted up because we don't have a squad. I'm still in that rebuild, of course, guys. Yeah, that's a good connection. I think I kind of like Evans there. Let's give Horn the opportunity. And then I'll bring on Mesut on the bench as well. Reski actually probably deserves a chance for someone else as well. Not Howard. Let's go with Josh Roberts. See how we fare. Cool, team's feeling pretty happy. They're looking at... They think the tactics are pretty good as well, which I'm a fan of. I am a fan of them agreeing with me. Sometimes they don't seem to, and it's a bit of a tough one to take, I'm not going to lie. Okay. Not great there, giving it away straight away. And then, is that a yellow card within 40 seconds? No, it's not. It's not been given. Okay, cool. Now, don't forget, it said that Equinoctial are going to play possession-based football. So, oh my word, London Samurai are doing, and Lewisham, they're all doing us a favour. It's all happening. It's all happening everywhere. If they're going to play possession, I don't think it's going to work for them. Except Sporting Hackney. Dang it. That's going to knock us down to second in the league, isn't it? Oh, just wide from Horn. Good effort. Yeah, it's okay. Okay, so we've got a pretty high number on the possession here. So I'm even going to throw us even further forward. And I want us to start absolutely smacking shots in. We are going to squeeze them beyond belief. Okay, the Whistlers have got one back. There's a lot of goals in games that are not my game, and I haven't pressed play, so do forgive me. Oh, that pass was cutting. It had to go inside there. Had to be like an underlap pass. Oh, that's a great pass. Oh, that's a great save as well. I'm not going to lie. That should have been 1-0. And the Whistlers are back to 2-2. They know what's up. They know they cannot let go goals. They can't concede. We've given away a free kick. Horn's put his hands on the defender too much. Oh, my word. Camden are 2-0 up as well. It's all going a little bit... what's the phrase? Pete Tong. Pete Tong. That's where it's all going Pete Tong. That's a great pass. Now you find Horn and Horn with the tap in, and that's what we've been kind of playing for. The wing play that, like, if you were commenting, I can't remember who it was who were commenting. I think it was Subway. I think Subway you had Subway in your name. You're saying, talking about the, oh, London Samurai have scored, talking about the wing play. Like, yes, I'm here for the wing play, and I do think I've got players to do it, but then when I try and focus on the wing play, they weren't going for it, you know? I didn't have the overlaps, that is correct, and maybe with this kind of domination, I could play the overlaps. Shall we give it a go? You know, we've got the lead, we're against a team that's really struggling for possession. Maybe this is a chance to, well done, Samurai. Maybe this is a chance to give it a go. Yellow card for Ben Horn. The goal scorer gets himself a yellow card. Not really what we're after. But we do ask him to jump into tackles and stuff like that. Well, not jump, but, you know, be physical and be strong and don't let him just have the ball with ease, you know, put him under pressure, be physical, make him make decisions and all that kind of stuff. Well, Flint's lost it a little bit cheaply. Oh, well done, Roberts. Lovely interception. That's a good pass. And now look, we have got the overlap kind of going. It didn't really go. It kind of ran out of, I think Sweeney kind of ran out of steam a little bit there. We could put them on wing backs. That will probably help. Probably move them up the pitch a little bit more. Let's kind of turn. No, I don't really want to turn that down. See, I don't really like a highly structured team. I think you've got to have at least flexible. Fluid is good, but I think you've got to be at least flexible. So the fact that the team is oh my word, Camden are 4-0 up, right? The fact that the tactic is saying we are playing as a very structured team is not really what I'm after. I do like structure in my team, but you've also got to kind of admit you need to let your good players do things that make them good players. You know, your special players who might go and win the game. You've got to ask them to do that, and that means sometimes making a snap decision and, you know, breaking the structure almost, you know, breaking out from what is expected. Well, that's a great ball. And that's a great goal. If that's onside, which I don't think it is, it's been disallowed. There we go. It was good play nonetheless to send it over like that and tell Ben Horn to get on the end and run for it, which he does do. Good stuff. Okay, we're at 60 minutes now. What are the stats saying? We've really not been worried in defense too much. You know, they have not created all too much at all. And if we are the team dominating possession the way we are, you know, I don't really need to go back to plan A in so much. I can still work on these. That's not ideal. That's not great, but Mason will get it back. In fact, I think I'm being a little bit counterintuitive here by having these guys not being inverted. Well, okay, we've scored anyway. That's good to know. Let's turn them onto those inside forward positions, because that means they should kind of tuck in a bit here, and that will open up that wing play. Then again, we have scored. I think it was Horn again. And I'm going to throw out a praise for the fact that we are 2-0 up and looking very good about it as well. Okay, well done, Jones. Good save. In fact, a very, very useful save. I'm not going to lie. Okay, I'm just going to drop it. Oh, my word. The Whistlers are back to 4-4. What a game over there in that part of the world. My word. They're up against the Samurai. I don't know where the Samurai play, but they're freaking 4-4. Alfie Allen's come on. Wow. Okay, Carlisle with a yellow, Horn with a yellow as well. I'm going to bring on Mezek because, you know, I did want him to play. Whistlers are 5-4 up. Sporting Hackney have responded. Lewisham are winning, so that's one of the games that I needed to go our way. And then our game as well makes 2. So 2 games have gone our way. Lonsdale Longdon with the shot. No, gives it to Meza, who shoots it. Well saved. I like that from Meza. Getting himself in the right position. Getting a shot off. Only just come on. Looking good. And he's on the ball again. Finds Roberts just. That was all a bit question mark on those passes there. Not really exactly the idea. Okay, so the Whistlers are tied up on points with me because they've somehow come back from 2-0 and then from 4-2. AFC Lewisham are doing us a favour. They're knocking the Old Boys Clapham for 4 goals right now, which is, yeah, pretty scary for them. 4-0 down in a pretty important game because it's getting to crunch time this season. And yeah, we are still winning, but the other 2 games have very much not gone our way. The Whistlers somehow getting those goals. Wow. And Camden also finding lots of goals. And that's the overlap. We've literally just seen that from Flint. And he's in space. Get the ball in. Okay, fine. He tried. A little bit. Not exactly, but he tried. Okay, now. Flint is still very wide there, which I do like. Lonsdale goes for Embleton. Embleton. Lovely. Shoot it. Or pass it. And Evans is there. Okay, Evans comes all the way in. That's the inverted side of things working. Even there for Embleton, the pass over wasn't sending him all the way out wide. Samurai have scored in the 90th to make it a draw. What on earth? There has been 10 goals in that game. Are you joking me? What a game. It's full time. Okay. An easy victory in a game we dominated. You can't really play us in a possession style. If you go for possession, it's not going to work. Our press is too strong. Our passing game is too strong. And ultimately, in this game specifically, we've won 3-0. Our finishing game has been very good. So yeah, a great way to bounce back from the 1-0. They had 2 shots on target, a total XG of 0.29. Not really all that much to be worrying about, let's be honest. We just suffocated them. We played a really, really high line, and then we made it even higher. And it worked. It really did. And that's what we need to be happening. We are going to have 4 games left. 4 games left. The Whistlers dropped points. The Old Boys Clapham dropped points. Last game, Camden and Islington also dropped points. They've got a game in hand. Let's not forget, they've got a game in hand. They've got their next game on the 25th. Our next game is on the 26th. So 1-9-23. And then they've got 1-8-15-23. So they will play their game in hand just before the last game of the season. That's not ideal. That's a little bit rough, I'll be honest. But yes, either way, look, we absolutely dominated that game. It was all us, and there was not much the Equinoctial could do about it. So we end with a win. Unfortunately, we did have a loss before that. It is what it is. The squad is unhappy? What do you mean the squad is unhappy? Okay, but it says they're all happy. They need... Okay. Okay, fine. Okay, that was a productive meeting. I said I'm looking to go in the transfer market. I am, because between this season and the next season, we are going to have to kind of rebuild the squad a little bit. It's going to be... in fact, guys, I'm going to say this now. I'm going to do a whole episode between seasons where it's literally just me kind of resetting the squad. It will be a long episode, probably, and it'll be a lot of yapping before we even get into the games. But it'll be a lot like season 1 of this series, where I don't think we played any league football for like 3 or 4 episodes because I was like, okay, we need to take a deep dive and kind of learn what we can. Now I feel like I've learned what I need to learn, So, in a way, still a lot to learn, 100%. But it'll be about how I want to play the game. So that's why I've got these things such as non-negotiables and whatnot. Like I've got the non-negotiables in there because that's how I want to play the game. I want to kind of be realistic with it in a way and say, well, I don't want players who are not going to play for the team. For example, people with this 4 on their teamwork, I'm not really a fan of that. Determination being that low is also not. I'm not really a fan of that. I need better players who are willing to run for this team. So that's what I'm going to look for. Thank you for watching, guys. I do hope you've enjoyed today's episode. I really, really do. We get the 1 win in the end. Would have been better to get 2, but things are still as close as ever. We are 2 points clear, but Camden have a game in hand. Yeah, we go. That'll be it from me today, guys. Thank you for watching, and I shall catch you next time.